greet our friends everywhere with Chapter 28 of Ninepence in Her Pocket, the story of Gladys Aylward. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the radio studios of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago. As the Japanese advanced every day closer and closer to Seichao, Gladys became convinced that the 200 children at the mission hall were in grave danger. The Japanese wanted Seichao badly, and the long siege had made them furious. A Christian mother and her young children had been burned alive by the Japanese outside Seichao. This was only one of many such incidents. And the more these occurred, the more determined Gladys became to get the children to safety. David Davis, the Welsh missionary, had returned to Seichao after walking 1,000 miles from the coast, a journey that took him 2 months. And upon his return, he found the mission in chaos.
Gladys! Gladys!
David, you made it back.
What's going on here? What's happened?
David, we're so full of refugees and children and wounded. There's no one to help. Everyone is terrified of the Japanese. Everyone comes here. I don't know who they all are or what's to be done with them.
What about food?
Oh, I beg.
Oh, Gladys.
Well, the Chinese won't beg. They say it's dishonorable. Sometimes the mayor gives me grain, or sometimes a Chinese soldier brings some.
We must go inside and talk. We have to think of something to do. What's this stuff?
Twig tea. Drink it. It's hot.
Gladys. While I was at the coast, I found out that Madame Chiang Kai-shek has orphanages all over China, in temples and schools.
I wrote her 3 months ago, right after you left. Colonel Linan suggested we send the children to her.
You haven't had an answer?
No. I don't know if the letter even got through. I wrote another last month, but no word.
Young Chung is further west. Perhaps we ought to send the children there for a while.
200 children?
We'll divide them into 2 groups. One could leave in the morning. Is Mr. Liu, the evangelist, still there?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll get them there.
Who will look after the children in Yangcheng? It's just a shell of a city. There are so few refugees there.
I don't know what else to do.
Come in.
Look, I wait 2 letters for you.
Madame Chiang Kai-shek. Oh, thank you.
Come on, Gladys. This is no time to be transported with joy. Open it.
David, if we can get the children to Shanxi province, to Xi'an, a committee will look after them. And Madame Chiang Kai-shek will give us money for our work here. Oh, David will be able to buy food.
That means the children will have to get across the Yellow River.
Oh, that won't be hard. We'll send Mr. Liu and some helpers with the first 100. And after they cross the Yellow River, they can take the train to Xi'an. Oh, it won't be hard.
As long as the roads are fairly open.
They are. Of course, they'll have to skirt the towns. Oh, the Lord has been good again, David. So good.
Let's thank him. But perhaps you ought to open the other letter.
It's from my parents. They're replying to the news of my engagement.
Your what?
I wrote to my mother and told her it was my intention to marry Colonel Linan after the war.
Well...
My father says If my happiness would be safe with Colonel Linan, he and Mother will be happy also. My dear father, I wonder if I'll ever see them again.
And, you're going to marry Colonel Linan?
Yes.
Well, now, that's something. I hope Magini will be back to be a matron of honor.
It all seems very far away. Let's thank the Lord now, David, for caring for the children. They've all got their basins and chopsticks and their bedding rolls. Mr. Lou has the money for their train fare to Sion.
They'll make out.
Remember, children, stay together and wash your hands. Before you eat, wash your hands.
Come back inside, Gladys. If you stay out there much longer, you'll be crying in your apron.
Oh, it's certain I'm not sorry to see them go. What a mob.
Come on now, inside. Well, Colonel Linan isn't the only Chinese military friend you have, I notice.
Now, what do you mean, David?
The General's wife is waiting to see you.
That surprise?
She just came as I came out. She's in the reception hall. I'll be in the office if you need me.
Thanks, David.
I hope I am not intruding, Aylward.
Not at all, Madam Lee. It is an honor to see you. Are you well?
I am well. Are you well, Aylward?
I am well.
I am afraid I bring very bad news, Aylward.
Colonel Linan?
No. Linan is fine. The Chinese army is going to withdraw from Sechao.
You mean we've lost the city?
Yes.
How will I tell the people?
The people will live in the mountains as they always do.
Many cannot go. They're sick and wounded and old.
The general asked me to come with his personal request that you accompany the army out of Zhejiao.
I couldn't go with the army. I'm a missionary.
You have been very valuable to the army. The general is extremely concerned about your safety.
It is most kind of you to come, Madam Lee, but it is unthinkable. I cannot retreat with the army. Christians never retreat, you know.
I am extremely sorry you will not come. The general will be displeased with me that I could not persuade you.
The general knows me well enough. He will know it was my stubbornness and not your lack of persuasion.
Perhaps we will not meet again. Goodbye, Aylward.
Thank you, Madam Lee. Goodbye.
Being sent away. You said we could stay here with you. You say you would take the second group to Sion yourself.
Ninepence, you and the other children must go with all the orphans to Yangcheng. I'm going to send 2 mission women with you. Seichao is going to be too dangerous.
Are we going across the Yellow River like the other children who left?
No, dear. Just to Yangcheng. Mr. Davis and I want all the children out of Seichao when the Japanese come.
Will you come to Yangcheng too?
Of course, darling. I'm going to help Mr. Davis a little longer at the mission. Then I'll join all you children in Yangcheng.
Are the children ready, Gladys?
Yes. Ninepence and I were just saying goodbye.
Oh, Mother.
You're a brave little girl. The Lord is going with you, Ninepence. You're not going without him, you know.
I know, Mother.
Take care of Les and Bao Bao and the others.
Yes.
I do think they ought to start out as soon as possible.
Mr. Davis is right. Goodbye, daughter.
Goodbye, Mother. I see you soon in Yangcheng.
I've got to get an aspirin.
What is it, Gladys? You look ill.
I'll be all right. I need to sit down, that's all.
What is it?
That beating the Japanese gave me a few months ago.
When they broke into the women's court?
Yes. Oh, I'm afraid I'm damaged merchandise.
Have you seen a doctor?
Oh, yes. He told me to keep my feet up, rest in bed until I felt better, and eat lots of eggs and milk.
You haven't seen anyone.
David, I asked our Chinese doctor in Seichao about it. He said he thought I had internal injuries, and I would have to get to a hospital for x-rays if I wanted any treatment. Only, there is no hospital.
I'll get you some aspirin. You ought to be doing something. This will be the greatest occasion. Gladys Aylward breaks down and takes an aspirin. A great occasion. And I hope for once she'll go to bed early.
Oh, this bed feels good. Oh, Lord, I'm just too tired to pray. Keep the children safe. What's that? Someone throwing stones at the window? Who's down there? I can't see in the dark.
Aylward, you must flee!
Samuel, what's the matter?
You must flee quickly! Japanese could come at any time. Read this.
Reward by Commander-in-Chief of the Japanese Army for capture of the following persons. Aylward, this small woman, 100 pounds. 100 pounds? That's a fortune. Why would they pay 100 pounds for me? Everyone knows me. The people are so poor. 100 pounds would feed a family for a long time. Oh, but how can I run away? The people will think I no longer trust in God to save me. I'll burn all my papers and photographs. I'll be all right. Oh, but I know you don't want me to throw away my life for nothing, Lord. Oh, Lord, what should I do? Where's my Bible? I'm going to stop turning, Lord. Tell me what to do. Flee ye into the mountains. Dwell deeply in hidden places, because the king of Babylon has conceived a purpose against you. All right, Lord. I'm going.
Japanese are here! Japanese are here! Japanese are here!
You've heard Chapter 28 of Ninepence in Her Pocket, the story of Gladys Aylward. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the radio studios of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.